Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Abe, and today I want to talk about Albania and the reasons why I'm planning to move there. And I'll probably end up getting into another topic. I just I'm just testing out this camera that I purchased, and for some reason when I use the green screen, um, there's so much fuzz around, the collar area. I'm not sure if I have to edit that out in some other application, or is there a way to um, correct that um, in settings somewhere. I'm using Canva, by the way, and I'm just getting personalized with it, testing it out. So if anybody has any answers uh, as far as how to eliminate that fuzz that comes around the corners of your body, just please let me know. Leave it in the comments. So what do I want to talk about Albania? Let's see. Albania has become one of my main uh, countries that I'm thinking about retiring in. And the reason is very obvious. They offer a stay of 1 year without a visa. They have um, the low cost of living compared to the US, compared to many places, by the way. Housing is very affordable there, and the retirement or SSA can go a long way there. So that makes it one of my top countries in my list to go retire in. I'm also planning, I'm thinking about also Malaysia. I'm thinking also about Thailand and or Philippines. But I've heard that Philippines is kind of getting expensive. Um, Not much though. Not as much as it's still very is very low cost of living compared to the U.S. In no matter how expensive it's getting now, it's still below what we're going to have to come up with if or what I have to come up with if I stay in the U.S. So I'm thinking about the Philippines also. Um, one this is not the main reason. My main reason is, you guys already know, is because I'm retiring soon, and I'm just planning ahead, though it's still in the works, 5 or 6 years from now, and who knows what could happen between now and there. Um, but I'm planning ahead because my retirement is coming up soon, and I'm trying to gather all the information I can on these countries and what is needed to go live there, such as visas. What type of visas does a retiree need, and how long does the retirees have with the visa to stay there? How much does it cost? Um, Insurance information, such as I have pre-existing conditions, so I'm going to need medical care when I get there. Uh, all types of topics dealing with the situation at hand regarding moving abroad. Albania is, like I said, is in my top list because of the low cost of living and the type of visa that, or the type of stay that they allow without a visa for 1 year, 1 full year. And when that year, or before the year ends, you should go out for about 90 days, come back, and it'll renew again for another year. That's what makes it so appealing. Other places, you could only stay for 3 months and then go out and come back in. But that will kind of get old, going out and coming back in. I mean, if it could be afforded, fine. It'll be just like a retreat for 3 months to another place, then you come back. But somebody that likes permanence and likes to reside in a particular place long term, that can probably get old. So I'm trying to stay away from that. So the one that's offering a year without a visa, and you can, as soon as you step foot in Albania, you can already apply for an apartment. You can rent an apartment once you get there. Of course, there's a few procedures before you do that, but it's easy to deal with. So another issue is that I like the idea of retiring to Philippines is because of how easy it is to find a partner there. It's not that it's easy, I've heard, but it's doable. Even in age factor is not a problem. Me, I'm 60. I'll be 65 when I retire there. I've heard people that find a very young Filipina girl, and they're only like in their late 20s or 30s, and the guy is about 67, 68. I mean, it's something that is not looked upon looked upon wrongfully in Philippines. They all they want is somebody to treat them with respect, being loyal, and being kind to them. It goes a long way. And though that's not the reason why I'm moving there, it's an option that I have if I do want a partner. If I say, well, what heck with being lonely or being single, I have no problem being single. Right now I'm happily divorced, and I'm very far from looking for a partner. But if I have that option, it's there just for me to grab onto if I wanted to. So that's another reason that has Philippines on my list. Though that option, the low cost of living, I've heard it's still low. I've heard some people that it all depends where you go. If you go into the city, it's not as low as you think it could be, especially if you want the comforts of home. If you want amenities and things like that, like a weight room, like sauna, jacuzzi, all these things, is gonna cost you somewhere between $6,000 to $1,200. It all depends. There's all types of prices for all types of people. If you can manage with paying a larger amount for better amenities, then go knock yourself out. It all depends on the person and how they can budget their place of stay. So I'm grateful that I'm being able to use this platform to address my experiences and my reasons for moving abroad. It's something that I didn't expect because, like I said once before, I'm not a public speaker. I'm far from it. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys noticed my stutter, my hesitation in talking because I just overthink things, like I said in prior videos. But it doesn't dissuade me from the objective, that is to inform you and educate myself, because I'm educating myself as I go along, because these videos I will come back and revisit them so I can remember what I said. Today is what, March 14th, 2026. Later down the line, I'll revisit this and find out where the cost of where I said it was low cost of living, and revisit this to see how much it has changed. I'm really hoping that in 5 years from now, when I come back here, I can say that it hasn't changed much. I really do hope so. But the reality is that nobody knows what's going to happen from here to tomorrow. The market fluctuates drastically, sometimes goes up and down, and what was affordable once may not be affordable later on. So I'm taking that into consideration, because I'm just not going to get up and go. I wish I can retire in 2 years. People say it's a convenience to retire at 62, because from the time that you're making money to the time that you retire at 67, you already have so much money that you've used from here to 67, or I'm planning to retire in 66. But let's say I'm putting an example, from here to 67, there's a big gap where you have accumulated or you've received so much money from here to that time. And when you start at 57, if you're going to begin at 67, you're just commencing to earn what you received. So then, while the one at 62 years of age and retired at that time, they have so much money already that they've acquired from their own earnings. But I have a problem with that, though that's true. But if I retire at 62 and I don't work anymore, then I'm going to be stuck with a low monthly income. What, 1,600, 1,800 the most? I think when I went to my SSA.gov, it says I'm going to be receiving 1,600 when I'm 62. So 1,600. What the heck is that going to get me here? What, a shoebox and and pay utilities, and that's it. I got nothing for food. I mean, what can you get with that? So I don't find it logical for me to retire at 62 and to make a better monthly income with SSA. By the way, SSA is not the only income that I'm going to have. I'm going to combine it with a pension that I'm also going to be receiving. So, so if I retire now, surely I could probably use the $1,600, and I could still probably move abroad and live comfortably, or reasonably, on that monthly income. But I don't want to have. I don't want 1,600 to be the maximum that I can fall back on. I want double that. Even if I can triple, I want to make at least $4,000 before I can move abroad, so that I can fall back. I have plenty to fall back on. If the housing, the living conditions allow me to live on a $1,600 budget, I'd still have over $2,500 left in my account. Perfect. That's ideal. But if I move abroad at $1,600, what that will be fine for a few years living abroad, if the prices don't go up or goes up drastically. If it does, then I'll be in a world of hurt, and I don't want to go through that. I don't want to have money in the back of my mind bugging me where how much do I have to budget this month, so I can know that I'm going to have enough money in my bank account. I don't want to live with that. I've lived with that for the past, I don't know, 50 years. Sorry, I'm 60. I'm 60 years old now. It'll be 61 in April. I honestly started working when I was 14, believe it or not, but recorded because 14 didn't allow me to put it in the SSA. I normally started at 18. So, I have all those years work till now. And I've lived, I'm twice divorced. I got married back in that was my divorce day, 95. I was married in 84. I was only 18 years old. And I was 11 years with her. So 95, I was divorced. Then I got remarried in 98. I mean, all my youth has been in a commitment and providing for these two relationships. The first relationship, I had 3 kids. They're adults now. One of them, the oldest one, is 40 years old. The youngest one is like almost 30. So all 3 of them had their relationships. 2 of them were married. One of them is not. Hopefully, the youngest one will get married soon. He's almost 30, so he did it right. I mean, I started too young. Looking back, if I had the option to wait for later, if my hormones wouldn't have taken over my mind, I would have waited for probably at least 20, 25, almost 30 years old. I would have waited. but things happen, is done and can't go back. So we just, the only thing we can do is live with the consequences of our actions, and you know, do better in the present, live in the present, but do good in the present. If you do good in the present, it'll affect the future. So we got to live the moment and live it right. So everything will go fine. So I'm happily divorced, and I've lived with struggles and um, uh, worrying about ends, how do I make ends meet, and I don't want to live like that now in my old age. I just want to have peace in my life, and that's the main goal of this video, is to stress how important it is to not worry, not live your life in a way that gets you to worry about where will money come from, especially in our retirement. We got to slow down, so we got to take things easy and know the right steps you need to take for that to happen. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Any comment will be greatly appreciated. And again, thank you for watching.